Welcome to AI for Agile Execution, a self-led training guide designed to help you transform your Agile processes using the power of artificial intelligence. I'll be guiding you through this journey where we'll explore how AI can elevate your Agile practices from good to exceptional. In today's fast-paced development environments, agility alone isn't enough. Teams need smarter tools, faster insights, and more predictive capabilities to stay ahead. That's where AI comes in. This course is built to be practical, hands on, and immediately applicable, whether you're a Scrum Master, product owner, or Agile coach. Over the next several lessons, we'll dive into real world applications of AI in sprint planning, backlog management, and predictive analytics. You'll not only learn the theory, but also build your own AI assisted sprint planner by the end of the workshop. Whether you're looking to improve estimation accuracy, reduce time spent on grooming, or simply make better data driven decisions, you're in the right place. Let's get started and unlock the future of agile execution powered by AI. Number. Let's take a look at what this training will cover. We've structured the lesson into four key modules, each designed to build your understanding and capabilities step by step. First, we'll dive into sprint planning optimization. This section explores how artificial intelligence can dramatically improve the accuracy and efficiency of sprint planning. You'll learn how intelligent resource allocation and workload balancing can help your team plan smarter and deliver more consistently. Next, we'll move into automated backlog management. Here, we'll uncover techniques for AI powered backlog grooming, prioritization, and refinement. You'll see how machine learning and natural language processing can help maintain a healthy, well organized product backlog that aligns with business goals and customer needs. Then, we'll explore predictive sprint analytics. This module introduces predictive models that can forecast sprint completion, identify potential blockers, and suggest adjustments to improve team velocity. It's all about turning reactive problem solving into proactive sprint management. Finally, we'll wrap up with a hands on workshop. You'll build your own AI assisted sprint planner using practical tools and frameworks. By the end of this session, you'll have a working prototype that you can integrate into your team's workflow immediately. Each module is designed to be actionable, insightful, and tailored to real world Agile challenges. Let's get started. Number. Before we dive into the how, let's talk about the why. Why should we bring artificial intelligence into our Agile processes? The truth is, even the most experienced Agile teams face persistent challenges. Estimations are often inaccurate, leading to missed sprint goals and frustrated stakeholders. Prioritization can be subjective, influenced by recency bias or the loudest voice in the room, rather than data driven decision making. Resource allocation and capacity planning are frequently inefficient, resulting in overburdened developers or underutilized talent. And then there's the issue of blockers. Too often, risks and dependencies are identified late, sometimes only after they've already derailed a sprint. Add to that inconsistent velocity measurements across teams, and it becomes clear that traditional agile methods, while powerful, have room for improvement. This is where AI steps in. By leveraging machine learning, natural language processing, and predictive analytics, we can address these pain points head on. AI doesn't replace Agile, it enhances it. It brings precision to planning, objectivity to prioritization, and foresight to sprint execution. Number. Sprint planning is one of the most critical and often most challenging ceremonies in Agile. Traditionally, it relies heavily on human judgment, past experience, and a bit of guesswork. But with AI, we can shift from intuition to precision. Let's start with intelligent task estimation. Machine learning models can analyze historical completion times and use that data to generate more accurate estimates. These models consider task complexity, team composition, and past performance patterns to provide a data driven forecast of how long a task is likely to take. This helps reduce the risk of underestimating or overcommitting during sprint planning. Next, we have optimal resource allocation. AI algorithms can match team members to tasks based on their skills, availability, and previous success with similar work items. This ensures that the right people are working on the right tasks, improving both efficiency and morale. And finally, risk identification. Natural language processing can scan users' stories to detect potential dependencies, ambiguities, or risks before they become blockers. This proactive insight allows teams to address issues early rather than reacting to them mid sprint. By integrating these AI capabilities into sprint planning, teams can make smarter decisions, reduce planning time, and increase the likelihood of sprint success. Number Now that we've seen how AI can optimize sprint planning, let's talk about what it takes to actually implement it. To begin, you'll need a solid foundation of historical sprint data, ideally from the past 6 to 12 months. This includes task completion times, developer skill matrices, story point values, actual effort logged, and previous sprint burn down charts. These data points are essential for training accurate and reliable machine learning models. From a technical standpoint, the goal is to build regression models that can predict task completion times. These models should take into account multiple variables, such as task type and complexity, developer experience with similar tasks, and historical velocity patterns. Don't forget to include external factors like holidays or company events, which can significantly impact sprint performance. By combining these inputs, your AI system can generate realistic estimates and help teams plan sprints with greater confidence. The result is a more predictable, data-informed planning process that reduces surprises and improves delivery outcomes. This is where Agile meets analytics and where your team begins to shift from reactive to proactive planning. Number
Backlog grooming is essential to keeping your Agile process healthy, but it can be time-consuming and inconsistent. That's where AI can make a real difference, by automating and enhancing the way we manage our product backlog. Let's start with intelligent backlog analysis. Using natural language processing, AI can scan backlog items to identify duplicate stories, detect vague or ambiguous language, and suggest refinements. This helps ensure that every item in the backlog is clear, actionable, and aligned with team expectations. Next is dynamic prioritization. Machine learning models can evaluate and rank backlog items based on a variety of factors: business value, customer impact, strategic alignment, estimated effort, and even dependencies. This means your team can focus on what truly matters, rather than relying on gut feeling or stakeholder pressure. And finally, automated story refinement. AI assistants can help break down large stories into smaller, more manageable tasks. They can also suggest acceptance criteria and even propose technical implementation approaches by referencing similar stories from your historical data. By automating these aspects of backlog grooming, teams can save time, reduce bias, and maintain a more consistent and strategic product backlog, freeing up more energy for innovation and delivery.
Now that we've seen how AI can help groom the backlog, let's take a closer look at how it can prioritize it intelligently and consistently. At the heart of this capability is the weighted scoring algorithm. AI systems can evaluate each backlog item using a multidimensional scoring model. This includes factors like business value, such as revenue potential or market opportunity, customer impact based on satisfaction metrics, and strategic alignment with organizational goals. It also considers technical risk and the estimated development effort required. What makes this approach powerful is that it's not static. The AI continuously refines its weighting model by learning from past sprints. It analyzes which prioritization strategies led to successful outcomes, like on-time delivery, high customer satisfaction, or reduced rework, and adjusts accordingly. This means your prioritization process gets smarter over time. Instead of relying on gut instinct or stakeholder pressure, your team can use data-backed insights to decide what to build next. This leads to better alignment, more predictable delivery, and ultimately, more value delivered to your users.
One of the most powerful applications of AI in Agile is its ability to predict sprint outcomes before issues arise. This is where predictive analytics comes into play, helping teams move from reactive firefighting to proactive sprint management. It all starts with data collection. AI systems continuously monitor key sprint metrics like team velocity, burn down rate, code commit frequency, and task completion patterns. These data streams form the foundation for predictive insights. Next is pattern recognition. AI models are trained to identify early warning signals, subtle indicators that have historically preceded sprint delays or impediments. These could be things like a sudden drop in commit activity, a spike in unassigned tasks, or a slowdown in story progression. Then comes completion forecasting. Using probabilistic models, the system can predict the likelihood of a sprint finishing on time. If the forecast shows a high risk of delay, it can recommend preventive actions, like rebalancing work, addressing blockers, or adjusting scope. And finally, there's continuous improvement. The AI learns from every sprint. It refines its models based on what worked and what didn't, becoming more accurate and more valuable over time. With predictive analytics, Agile teams gain a powerful edge, one that helps them stay ahead of problems, deliver more reliably, and continuously improve their performance. Now that we've explored the theory behind predictive analytics, let's see what it looks like in action. Modern AI-powered dashboards bring together a suite of features that give Scrum Masters and product owners a real-time pulse on sprint health. One of the most impactful tools is the real-time burn-down chart with confidence intervals. Instead of a single line, you get a range that reflects the uncertainty and variability in your sprint progress, helping you plan with more realism. You'll also see risk indicators that highlight potential blockers before they escalate. These are based on historical patterns and current sprint behavior, giving you a heads-up days before traditional metrics would raise a red flag. Velocity trend analysis is another key feature. The system can detect anomalies, like sudden drops or spikes in team performance, and flag them for review. This helps you understand whether changes are due to external factors, team dynamics, or process issues. Then there's team capacity forecasting. The AI accounts for PTO, meetings, and other non-development time to give a more accurate picture of what your team can realistically deliver. Finally, scenario modeling allows you to simulate adjustments, like removing a story or shifting resources, and see how it would impact sprint outcomes. This empowers teams to make informed decisions quickly and confidently. Together, these tools transform sprint management from reactive to proactive, enabling better outcomes and more predictable delivery. Now it's time to put everything we've learned into action. In this hands-on workshop, you'll build your own AI-assisted sprint planner, a tool that brings intelligence directly into your Agile workflow. The goal is to develop a functional prototype that can help your team plan sprints more effectively. You'll start by integrating AI capabilities into your existing project management platform, whether that's Jira, Azure DevOps, or another tool. From there, you'll train your initial models using your own historical sprint data, giving the AI a foundation to learn from your team's unique patterns and behaviors. You'll also create custom dashboards tailored to your team's specific needs. These dashboards will visualize predictions, highlight risks, and support better decision-making during sprint planning and execution. To get started, you'll need a few technical components. First, API access to your project management tool so you can pull in real-time data. Then, a Python environment with libraries like scikit-learn, pandas, and TensorFlow. You'll also need a historical data export, in CSV or JSON format, and a basic understanding of machine learning concepts. This workshop is designed to be practical and empowering. By the end, you'll have a working AI sprint planner that you can continue to refine and expand as your team grows more comfortable with data-driven Agile practices. Now that you know what you're building, let's walk through the 5 key steps to implement your AI-assisted sprint planner. Step 1 is data preparation. This is where you extract and clean your historical sprint data. You'll want to include story points, actual hours logged, task assignees, and completion status. Clean, well-structured data is the foundation of any successful machine learning model. Step 2 is feature engineering. Here you'll transform raw data into meaningful inputs for your models. This might include calculating task complexity scores, mapping developer experience levels, and incorporating contextual factors like sprint length or external events. The goal is to give your model the richest possible understanding of what influences sprint outcomes. Step 3 is model training. You'll use supervised learning techniques to build 2 types of models: regression models for estimating task durations, and classification models for predicting risks or blockers. This is where your AI starts to learn from your team's history. Step 4 is integration. Once your models are trained, you'll connect them to your project management system using APIs. This enables real-time predictions and recommendations to flow directly into your sprint planning process. And finally, step 5 is dashboard creation. You'll build visualizations that make your AI's insights accessible and actionable. These dashboards should clearly communicate predictions, highlight risks, and support decision-making for both technical and non-technical team members. By following these steps, you'll create a powerful tool that enhances your team's agility and decision-making with every sprint. This slide presents a code sample for a task estimation model, which can be used to predict the actual hours required to complete a given task. The model is built using historical sprint data, with features like story points, task type, developer ID, and component. The categorical variables are encoded using one-hot encoding, and the data is then processed and used to train a random forest regressor model. The slide also includes a function to predict the time required for a new task by processing the input data in a similar way to the training data. This foundational code can be extended with additional features and advanced ML techniques as the sprint planner matures. Let's talk results, because the true value of AI in Agile isn't just in the technology, it's in the measurable improvements it brings to your team's performance. After implementing AI-assisted planning, teams have seen an average 27% improvement in estimation accuracy. That means fewer surprises, better sprint commitments, and more predictable delivery. When your estimates align more closely with actual effort, trust and confidence across the team and with stakeholders go up. Next, there's a 43% reduction in time spent on backlog grooming. With AI handling prioritization and refinement, teams can focus more on strategy and execution, and less on repetitive administrative tasks. That's time saved and energy redirected toward delivering value. Sprint predictability also improves. Teams using AI-enhanced workflows have reported a 31% increase in the number of sprints that meet all committed objectives. That's a huge win for planning reliability and stakeholder satisfaction. And finally, we see an 18% improvement in team velocity. With better task assignment and early identification of blockers, teams can move faster and more efficiently, without burning out. These numbers aren't just metrics, they're proof that AI can make Agile teams smarter, faster, and more effective. And as your models mature, these gains only grow. As exciting as AI-enhanced Agile can be, it's important to acknowledge the challenges that come with implementation, both technical and cultural. On the technical side, one of the biggest hurdles is having enough historical data to train accurate models. Without at least 6 to 12 months of clean, consistent sprint data, predictions may be unreliable. Integration can also be complex. Connecting AI models to existing Agile tools like Jira or Azure DevOps often requires custom APIs and careful data mapping. And as team composition changes, maintaining model accuracy becomes a moving target. You'll also need to strike a balance between automation and human judgment, ensuring that AI supports decision-making without overriding the collaborative spirit of Agile. Then there are the cultural challenges. Teams may resist AI-driven recommendations, especially if they feel they're being measured or evaluated by algorithms. There can be concerns about transparency, fairness, and the potential for over-reliance on predictions. It's essential to position AI as a helpful assistant, not a replacement for human insight. Agile thrives on collaboration, creativity, and trust, and AI should enhance those values, not diminish them. Success depends on thoughtful implementation, clear communication, and a commitment to keeping people at the center of the process. When done right, AI becomes a powerful ally in your Agile journey. You've now seen how AI can transform Agile execution, from smarter planning and backlog management to predictive analytics and hands-on implementation. So what's next? The key is to start small. Choose one area of your Agile process to enhance with AI. Maybe it's estimation assistance, backlog prioritization, or sprint forecasting. Begin with a manageable pilot that allows your team to explore the benefits without feeling overwhelmed. Next, gather feedback. AI is only as effective as the context it's trained in. Encourage your team to share their experiences with AI-generated recommendations, What worked? What didn't? Use that input to refine your models and tailor them to your team's unique dynamics. Then, expand gradually. As your team becomes more comfortable with data-driven practices, you can introduce additional AI capabilities. This might include automated story refinement, risk prediction, or capacity modeling. The goal is to build trust and momentum over time. And finally, share knowledge. Document your journey, highlight successful patterns, and share insights with other teams in your organization. Collaboration and transparency are key to scaling AI adoption across agile environments. Remember, AI is here to enhance, not replace, human creativity and collaboration. When used thoughtfully, it can make your agile process more effective, more predictable, and more empowering for everyone involved.